They removed it from the Bible. They removed it from the Quran. They burned the libraries that contained it. They executed the men and women who taught it. And yet, it survived, hidden inside the oldest texts ever written, buried inside symbols no one was taught to read, encoded inside religions that tried to destroy it. In the next 7 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what they removed and why the moment you understand it, your relationship with abundance will never be the same again. Stay until the end, because the last 2 minutes contain the piece that every religion kept for themselves and never gave to you. Before we go further, if something brought you to this video today, it was not random. Subscribe to Hermetic Mind and leave a comment below with one word. What does abundance mean to you? Because your answer to that question reveals more about your financial reality than any bank statement ever could. 5,000 years ago, in the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, there existed a body of knowledge so powerful, so complete, so dangerous, that the priests who held it swore oaths of silence under penalty of death. This knowledge was called the Hermetic teachings, named after Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes the thrice great, a figure so ancient that both the Egyptians and the Greeks claimed him as their own. The Egyptians called him Thoth, the Greeks called him Hermes, but both agreed on one thing. He was the one who understood the invisible architecture of the universe, the laws that govern not just matter and energy, but consciousness, desire, and creation itself. And he wrote them down. The Emerald Tablet, 14 lines that contain the complete operating manual for how reality actually works. 14 lines that were systematically removed, rewritten, or hidden by every major religious institution that came after him. Why would they remove it? Because what Hermes taught gave every individual human being direct access to abundance, power, and creation without any need for an intermediary. No priest, no church, no institution, no authority standing between you and the universe. And that is the most dangerous idea in the history of civilization. A person who understands the Hermetic laws does not need to be saved, does not need to be controlled, does not need permission. They need only to understand how the universe actually works, and then use it. This is why it was removed. This is why you were never taught it. And this is why even now, most people will live and die never knowing what Hermes left behind for them. Now here is where it gets uncomfortable. And I need you to stay with me, because what comes next is going to contradict everything you were taught about how to get what you want. The central teaching of Hermes, the one they feared most, was this: the universe does not respond to need. It responds to state. Read that again. The universe does not respond to need. It responds to state. Every religion that came after Hermes taught you to pray from lack, to ask from need, to beg from emptiness. God, please give me. Universe, I need this. I am not enough without this. And Hermes said, this is the one thing that will guarantee you never receive what you are asking for. Because when you ask from lack, when your prayer, your visualization, your manifestation comes from a place of desperate need, you are not communicating what you want. You are communicating what you are. And what you are in that moment is someone who does not have it, someone who is afraid, someone who is incomplete. And the universe, which Hermes called the Great Mirror, reflects that state back to you with perfect, merciless accuracy. More lack, more fear, more incompleteness. Not as punishment, as physics. The first Hermetic principle is called the principle of mentalism, and it states, the all is mind, the universe is mental. Everything that exists in your physical reality, your bank account, your relationships, your opportunities, your obstacles, began as a state of consciousness. Not a thought, not a wish, not a prayer, a state. The difference between a thought and a state is the difference between wishing you could swim and knowing in your body, in your nervous system, in every cell that you were born for the water. Thoughts are surface, states are deep, and it is only the deep signal, the one your unconscious mind broadcasts 24 hours a day without your permission, that the universe responds to. The second principle they removed was the principle of vibration. Everything vibrates, nothing rests. Your thoughts vibrate, your beliefs vibrate, your fears vibrate. And here is what they didn't want you to know. Abundance has a specific vibration, not a metaphor, not a spiritual concept, a measurable, reproducible, consistent energetic frequency that the Hermetic initiates spent years learning to embody. Not to think, not to visualize, to embody. This is what was removed. Not the idea of abundance. Every religion kept that part. The method, the precise, teachable, learnable technology for shifting your internal state from the frequency of lack to the frequency of abundance. That is what they burned. That is what they buried. And now you have it. If this is reaching something in you, hit the like button right now. Because what you are feeling in this moment is not inspiration. It is recognition. The part of you that already knows this is waking up. The third principle, and this is the one that changes everything, is the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. 3 lines that contain more practical wisdom about wealth than every finance book ever written. As within, so without. Your external reality is a precise, faithful, perfect reflection of your internal state. Not sometimes, not mostly, always. Without exception, without mercy, without favor. If your external reality shows you lack, look within. Something inside broadcasts lack. If your external reality shows you struggle, look within. Something inside believes struggle is what you deserve. If your external reality shows you abundance, look within. Something inside has already accepted that abundance is your natural state. This is not blame. This is not punishment. This is the most empowering truth in the history of human consciousness. Because it means change what is within, and what is without must change. Not might change, not could change, must. As certainly as a mirror must show what stands before it. And now, the piece they kept for themselves. The piece that appears in the original emerald tablet, but was quietly removed from every translation made after the 4th century. Hermes wrote,